Have a happy, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
It's Sister Craig on the
Welcome to the hangout. To the hangout. Welcome to the hangout. To the hangout. Welcome to the hangout. To the hangout. Welcome to the hangout.
Hey. Ha. Whoa, man. What a week.
Yeah.
What a week. And what a way to cap it off with, I would say, probably one of the best days of the year. You know?
Oh, it's right up there with Christmas, dog.
It is. It is. You know why? Because it is a gift. It is truly a gift. And you know another thing too, X, it is the one thing that everybody on this earth has in common. And that
Absolutely.
is everybody has a mother. All right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, you know, I know it's a lot of different situations, you know what I mean? Far as whether you grew up with that mother, whether that mother's still here, all these things. And we can go down that rabbit hole all day. But what the truth is that we all have that in common because we were all born from our mothers. So we definitely got to make today about you. All the mothers, all the mamas, all the moms, and the mommies, and everything that you are called. This is your day. This is about you. And you know how we do here at the Hangout. Come on, man. We got to do it. We did it last year. We got to keep this thing going. You feel what I'm saying? And actually, if you remember.
Gravy train rolling, baby.
Yeah, if you remember, man, you know, last year we did the guilt trip. You know what I'm saying? Reviewed that.
We did a guilt trip.
No doubt. No doubt. This year we're doing something a little different, and this is going to be a funny one, I feel like, because of course this is debatable. All right, this is like that debate of, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Die Hard is totally a Christmas movie, but of course
It's not.
see, there's some that feel like it's not. However, in this moment right here, there are some of you that's going to totally feel like, what, Akeelah to be a Mother's Day movie? No way. No way. And you're entitled to your opinion, but I you know what I'm gonna do? I'm here to show you exactly how Akeelah and the Bee is a Mother's Day movie. So please,
Well,
y'all.
You know, Price. That's exactly why nobody can review it like we review it.
Hey, the way we do it, baby. I love it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
love it. Well, that's cool, man. Well, hey, just in case for those people who just chiming in and they don't know exactly who they're listening to, it is that PRICE. And who do I have on this review with me?
Yowie wowie, ladies and germs. Happy Mother's Day to the beautiful mothers out there in the world. I am X, the unannounced, announcing Mother's Day and our beautiful special. Shout out to all our moms. Shout out to y'all and y'all
Ooh-wee.
mothers. Shout out to the mothers worldwide.
Hey,
'Cause this one's for you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Mama. Yeah, we love it. We love it. We love it. That's right. You're here with us. We're here with you. We're here together. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Look, it's not about the views. You know, we don't care. You know what I mean? I look at it like this here. This one here is a very special edition of the Hangout because it's for the moms, and it's also just for all you loyal listeners out there who like to chime in, you know what I'm saying, on the comments, who like to come back every time we drop one of these things and just hang out with us, because that's all we ask you to do. Just come and hang out with us for a minute. This is a conversation, you know what I mean? Just kick your feet up, all right? And let's talk. Let's talk about Akeelah and the Bee. But of course, before we do that, please make sure that you like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
And please turn on those notifications, baby. Hit that bell.
Turn on that bell, please.
Bing.
So you can know when we drop. Cause we drop.
All the time, baby. All right. So, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get into this thing. But first, of course, you know how we gotta do. I need my man, X 50 grand. Yo, can you please drop some of that
That's me.
beautiful
That's me, man.
bean footage?
Oh, well, if the people are ready, then I have the Akeelah and the Bee official trailer.
Fanciful.
Fanciful.
That is correct, and you have won Crenshaw's inaugural spelling bee.
Excuse me. Spell prestidigitation.
I'm sorry, sir, but this girl is only 11. Mr. Welch, what is this?
Prestidigitation.
You know that feeling where no matter what you do or where you go, you just don't fit in?
Prestidigitation.
Cause it's how I feel all the time.
Prestidigitation.
That's correct.
My name's Akeelah Anderson, and I'm 11 years old.
Dr. Joshua Larrabee thinks you have a chance of going all the way to the National Spelling Bee.
It's a tough nut. I've seen it chew kids up and spit them out. So if you want to get there, you can't be a shrinking violet. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
In a place where dreams are hard to come by,
Keelah, get in here!
one girl will start a journey
5,000 new words.
5,000.
You consume it, you will own it, and then you know what you'll be.
Tired.
where the odds are 1,000,000 to 1.
You're going up against a bunch of rich white kids.
Ratiocinate.
What's the language of origin?
Can I have the definition, please?
Magical.
Mithridatism.
Akeelah Anderson.
And talent is only the beginning.
That's correct.
All of Los Angeles is talking about it.
Positive.
I'm already studying for next year's bee. You're doing great. I'm getting lucky. It's just too hard, Mama. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
What does it mean?
And I'm not supposed to be afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of me.
You ain't sure them people want to help you. I bet you could just look around. You got 50,000 coaches.
Kick his butt, Akeelah. B-U-T-T, butt.
You go, Akeelah, baby. Make us proud.
Ever since you found out there was the National Spelling Bee, you've seen yourself holding up that trophy, but if you can't say it, you can't win it. So say it.
I want to win.
You want to win what?
I want to win a National Spelling Bee.
Yes!
Akeelah and the Bee.
Hey, man. Hey.
It don't get no realer than that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Realer. R-E-A-L-E-R. Hey, man.
That is correct.
Dude. So, okay. Listen. We know. This is old school. This is an old school movie. We get it. 2006. You know what I mean?
Different times, baby. Different times.
Different times, man. Different times. We 20 years. We 20 years in the game now, right?
I was 11 years old.
Wow, man, young buck. That's all right though, man. You know what? Ironically though, you was the same age as Akeelah. Akeelah was 11 years old. That's amazing. She was 11 years old. Awesome. Okay. All right. So you could relate. You could relate to Akeelah at that time in your life, right?
Mm-hmm. Striving for greatness, baby, always.
Yeah. I actually remember being a part of a spelling bee. You know, now as far as my class and all that, yeah, I actually won that. You know what I mean? But of course, when you get there in front of all these other people, you're like, whoa, like they for real, like they're, and that's what.
Yeah, then you learn how serious this is.
It's serious, bro. This serious. So for me, I was like, oh, this is real. But when they talking about like how some of those kids study and all, no, it's for real. It's serious. They'll eat you up. But no, man, this was our introduction to well, at least mine. This was my introduction. I'm not gonna say our. This was my introduction to Keke Palmer. Now I think I might have seen her in something before or whatever, but didn't pay any attention. But as far as leading role and just really being able to hold her own, yeah. This was that for me, for sure.
Yeah, because I believe around that time, I think she had Barbershop 2, and I think Medea's Family Reunion, but those were smaller roles compared. I think this was maybe her breakout.
Yeah. She's had some little small roles, you know, along the way, but yeah, definitely as far as the standout role, yeah, that was it. So, All right, cool. Well, before we get on all into that, we're just going to go ahead and give you the overview. I mean, you heard the trailer, and you can put it together, right? But we're going to give you the official synopsis for this movie. Akeelah Anderson, a young girl attending a tough school in Los Angeles. Matter of fact, she Crenshaw, I don't know if y'all heard that, sees the finals of the National Spelling Bee. Now, I don't know what that means, to seize the finals. She decides to enter the competition despite her classmates' derision and antipathy of her mother, Tanya. Now, that was good because that's exactly what that was. Thanks to the efforts of her teacher, Dr. Joshua Larrabee, she reaches the final. When she meets her fellow competitors, she realizes that coming first isn't everything in life. Not bad. You know what? More than anything, the antipathy of her mother, Tanya. I'm like, oh, they actually say that because that's right. That's exactly what that was. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what probably has some people saying, this is not a Mother's Day movie. But it is. If you stay to the end, it absolutely is. And I'm going to prove it. Okay. So this movie was released April 28th, 2006. Director Doug Atchison. And
it'll be 20 years next year, bro.
For real. I mean, straight up, dog. It's crazy. Time is like flying. It's crazy, right? He was just 11. The awards that it won, the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. I'm assuming it might have gone to, our girl, of course, Angela Bassett, or it may have gone to Keke Palmer. So it's distributed by Stars Entertainment, Lionsgate Films. Now, I don't know if you saw it in one part, but it said Starbucks. Like Starbucks helped to produce this movie, which I was like, okay, all right, Starbucks.
Oh yeah, Starbucks Entertainment.
Yeah.
Said, okay, interesting.
Exactly.
Really interesting, to say the least.
Right. So, okay, Starbucks, not bad. This had a budget of $6 million and a box office of $19 million. So yes, it absolutely made some money. Not a lot of money, but it made some money, $13 million. And that's not bad.
Which by the way, Price, just to verify, that outstanding supporting actress, the outstanding actress in a motion picture, it went to Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer. You see what I'm saying? Look at her. First time out there doing her thing.
Her fellow castmates Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne were nominated, but she's the one that took it home.
Ain't that something? And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? She did an amazing job. I mean, holding her own with some heavyweights. So I am not mad at that at all. So yeah. Great job, Keke. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment that she definitely should have won. Okay, so speaking of these people that you just named, all right, we also have Lawrence Fishburne playing Dr. Larrabee. All right. We also have Miss Angela Bassett, the Queen, playing Tanya Anderson. Okay.
That's right.
Now, some standout performances in there for sure. We got to name them, man. J.R. Villarreal. He was playing Javier. And I tell you, dude, the first time you see him on screen, you see the personality just popping. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the TV, man. Young fella,
kid, man.
Oh,
Bubbly
dude,
kid.
dude, young fella did his thing, man. I mean, he did his thing. He was just as charismatic, if not more, than Keke. You know what I mean? And it was a really good pairing for them two. So
nice little balance, I'd say.
Absolutely. Curtis Armstrong, Mr. Welch, you know what I mean? He played a very involved and endearing principal. Of course, the principals want that money. They want that money for the school.
You could really help out the school. You just apply yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Exactly.
That's it, man.
Of course, we also know him from The Incredibles. You know what I'm saying? Bob's boss. Okay. Now, another actor we got to definitely shout out. Lee Thompson Young played Devin. And I don't know if some of you guys know, but Lee Thompson Young began his career as a teenager playing the titular character on the Disney Channel's TV series, The Famous Jet Jackson. playing the lead character. As an adult, major roles included playing Chris Comer in the movie Friday Night Lights, 2004, Boston Police Detective Barry Frost on the TNT police drama series Rizzoli and Isles. But this is where it gets a little sad, ladies and gentlemen. On August 19, 2013, yeah, no doubt, Young failed to show up to film an episode of Rizzoli and Isles. Police were called to do a well-being check on him at his Los Angeles apartment, where he was found deceased. His manager stated that the 29-year-old actor had died by suicide. Police confirmed that the cause of his death as a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Young had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which he had been taking medicine for and had been suffering from depression before his death. Now, Exter, would you like to tell us how that all ties into what actually this month is and how important it is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we all know, and check out that Thunderbolts asterisk review. I'm not telling y'all the new title of that film, but check out that review. But this month marks Mental Health Month, and we at the Hangout just want everyone to know that we're here for you. Mental health is something that is taken very serious, and unfortunately this gentleman suffered from bipolar disorder. He was dealing with mental health issues, and with the right support, we want to avoid suicide the best we can. We want to support someone the best way we can. Prayers up for anyone who's dealing with that right here, right now at this time. At fellow Hangerz, we love you here at the Hangout. So just to be aware, it's Mental Health Month. So please, please, please check on your strong friends, check on your healthy friends, check on your weak friends, check on anyone that you feel. Just check up on your neighbor, check up on anybody, period, because you never know what people are dealing with nowadays, especially with everything that's going on in our society.
No doubt.
Spread the love, people. Spread the love.
No doubt. No doubt. Very well said. Very well said. Yes, and just remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was a star. This is someone who had his whole future ahead of him, and that wasn't enough to cure his ailments. This surface level he looked just fine, but deep down inside, obviously there were some things he was going through, and all the fame and the money and everything was not enough to cure that. So like you said, just manage your expectation, manage your measure of success, manage what you feel like you need in this life to bring you joy. Okay.
Absolutely. Also shout out to the Lee Thompson Young Foundation as well.
No doubt. Appreciate that, man. Okay, so sorry guys, we didn't have to get a little somber with it, but of course we definitely want to make sure you guys are aware of certain things, and like you said, we care. So all right, now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Akeelah and the Bee.
No, it's time. Price got to explain himself.
I have to.
It's time.
Oh, I got to. Okay, so getting back into this one, you know what I mean? Of course, it's like, all right, 2006, put my mind on that. You're not going to see a lot of cell phone action going on in there, which I was cool with. You know what I mean? It was
what?
It was refreshing.
Not a lot of cell phones.
No, man. You know what I'm saying? Not people like with their heads pointed down at a thing swiping and stuff. Wasn't a lot of that going on, man. So to sit here and watch this with this young lady actually be dialed into what she likes to do, that was refreshing. It was very refreshing. But because of course we know pre-cell phone and everything like that, just certain little things you just had to do, whether it was reading or finding other things to do to entertain yourself, and people have to feel like it was a little bit more dialed into to getting that knowledge that they need, not just internet knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So
shout out to Scrabble.
Come on, man. Sometimes you had to pick up a book. Sometimes you had to pick up a board game. And we talking about a board game that you actually picked up and opened up and put out on the table and mess with the little pieces that came with it. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Oh,
Yeah, man.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, Akeelah and the Bee, we start off basically in class, and you know, as the teacher is passing out papers and grades and so forth and so on. I mean, it's your average thing. I mean, kids are talking, playing. You're seeing some 69s, maybe some 72s, however. And of course, our young heroine, you know, she's in there talking along, you know, they're in Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying? They in there having a good time, having their fun, you know, in LA. And she's doing her thing, man. She's talking to a homegirl like we do, right? You know what I'm saying? You turned around, and I'm talking about everybody else was talking, but they was facing forward. Akeelah is like turned around. You feel what I'm saying? So you obviously she ain't paying attention to what the teacher's talking about. But even though the teacher's like, "Hey, Akeelah, come on, what are you doing? You need to pay attention." Woo woo woo. When she passes her you know paper, she's got 100. So obviously, right there, starting off, we see that regardless of whatever. This girl here is smart. She's super smart, right? She had an absolute 100, not a 99, not a 98, 100. Okay, perfect score on her spelling. So of course her teacher, like we do have these great teachers out here, and teachers, thank y'all so much for all your that you do and all the guidance that you do. I mean, seriously, you this is your day too. So ladies out there who are teachers, when I'm saying Happy Mother's Day, this is for you as well, because after the mother drops that kid off, or they get off on that bus, you become their mother for those 8 hours or however long that kid is with you. And watching this woman see something in Akeelah to say, hey, you know, come on now, stop with the tomfoolery, stop with the mess, and get focused, because you have a talent. I see it. You know, all the rest of these kids, they don't care nothing about this, but you. Yes, you're definitely going somewhere, because look at what you can do without even trying. And that's what she knows about Akeelah. You ain't even trying. That's why you're sitting around talking to your friend or whatever. So if you can do it without trying, let's see what happens if you really apply yourself. So of course that gets Akeelah, you know, a little after school talking and so forth and so on. And, you know, we get to see it that a homegirl, Georgia, is waiting on her and all this stuff here. And Georgia's cool. Georgia, she was a really cool friend.
Georgia, man. She was a really good friend.
She really was. She had her girl back.
Encouraging her at every space she could. She was always encouraging her.
Every time.
A good friend should.
Yeah, like a good neighbor. Yeah, man. You know, so I like Georgia right off. I liked her energy. Like you said, I liked her support. That's the kind of friends that we want. We want the friends that support us, but also the friends that check us when we, you know what I mean, getting off that path, right? Georgia was definitely that friend. So we've set this up. We know that Akeelah is a smart young lady, but we know that she's not as focused as she needs to be. But we also know that there are people who are invested. Okay, they're invested in their future because they can see the light. That other person also is the principal. Okay, Mr. Welch. And when we meet Mr. Welch, he is walking with Dr. Larrabee, which is played by Lawrence Fishburne. Now, Lawrence Fishburne at this time too, I'd like to say, man, from Boys in the Hood to Higher Learning, whatever, like he just had that same look. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, you knew he was super intelligent, you know he was super focused, but you know he didn't play either. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I always like to see the pairing of him and Angela Bassett, because they both played those roles extremely well. But speaking of them, the good thing about Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett is that they've actually been in multiple movies together. Now, the first one that we started off with was, of course, Boys in the Hood. Then we had, right? Ricky!
Sorry, I can't help it, dog.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to shout out Ricky, man. You know what it is.
Yeah, man.
And then next we had What's Love Got to Do With It. Now, of course, got to do with it. We playing just one of the best and worst roles ever, right? You know, he playing Ike, man. You know, and I mean, hey,
look, he's a versatile actor, man.
He is, man. But I mean, I think everybody knows that the line. I mean, there's only one line that you can say and that everybody know. Like in anime, just eat the cake. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And then of course Akeelah and the Bee, and then Fences, not the movie. We know that's Denzel, you know, and Viola Davis. We know that. We're talking about the stage production Fences. Okay. Now Lawrence Fishburne. This is what's important. Lawrence Fishburne was 12 in his first movie, which was Cornbread, Earl and Me. And if y'all haven't seen that, you better do your research, man, because you would see a young Lawrence Fishburne, but you could tell right then, just like you could see with Akeelah, you know, Keke Palmer. Oh, this boy has something. I mean, he was already dramatic. He could already make you feel. Because I mean, come on, man, y'all know the line. They killed Cornbread, and he ain't do nothing to nobody. So yeah, man. I mean, Cornbread, Earl and Me, man. Lawrence Fishburne's been in the game for a long time. But we thought we'd just let you know that.
Some stripes, dog.
Oh, he definitely earned them. We thought we'd just give you that little tidbit simply because there are a lot of child actors in this movie. And so ironically, as he's sitting there mentoring one of these children who was around the same age as he was, he came from the movies as well, you know, as a child actor. So yeah, we have Dr. Larry B now in the scene. And basically he's here to help mentor a child that has potential. Okay. But he comes across what I'm saying, Akeelah comes across her, you know. Now Akeelah at this time, y'all know how this was back in school. If you were smart or you seemed like you want to do your work and you whatever, you know, try to get good grades, you were more likely picked on or bullied, or people want you to do their homework, or they want to copy off your paper or whatever, right? You wasn't cool unless you was a fool. That's just, for some reason, that's just the most backwards thing it is. But as a kid, you can't see that. I mean, the only thing you want to do is just fit in, right? You just want to be part of the crowd. You just want to be one of the cool kids. You know what I mean? Now, at the time, of course, we didn't know that the cool kids actually are the ones that's going to be driving these Lamborghinis and owning these companies, because all they did was study and focus and and everything like that and learn and whatever. We thought they were nerds, and however, now they're multi-billionaires and so forth and so on. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. Who get the last laugh, right? But Akeelah, she's going through that. You know, she's got the little local bullies, school bullies, you know what I mean, always picking on her and everything like that. And of course, what does that do? That makes you not want to be so smart, because you're going to be picked on and everybody's going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you.
The last thing you want is to be bullied.
Right? So that's what she's battling with, okay? You know, she's battling with that pull from the teachers, from the principal, and then the pull from the kids who are laughing at her and so forth and so on, right? So yeah, another conflicted character. But fortunately, she has people in her corner and in her life that really want to see her do well, and they stay on top of her. And that's what's awesome about this movie, first of all. Now, let's fast forward to that. Here we go. We're finally introduced to the queen. That is Angela Bassett. Now, along the way, we've heard little things about, hey, where's your little brother at? Oh, he over there with Little Red and them, you know, and all that stuff there. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with people he has no business hanging out with. Because of course he want to be in the streets. He wants to be in the streets, right? You know, he thinks that's what's cool. You know, hanging out with Derek T. But you know, and this is played by Julito McCullen, and he's playing the role of Terrence, her little older brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not the oldest.
Right. Little older brother.
Right. And so he's playing that thug. You know what I'm saying? Try to want to be thug. So yeah. So there's all this stuff going on. Now I want to make sure I said this because I want y'all to understand what is going on with Angela Bassett's character. Now, when we meet her, of course, she seems a little, she might seem a little on the mean side, right? But I want to make sure that y'all understand something, all right? And this is for all you listeners out there. Angela Bassett was playing a black mama, okay? Now, for some people, that's all I gotta say. Oh, she was playing a black mama? Oh, okay, I get it. I understand why she was acting that way. But for some who don't understand, a black mama don't play. All right, let's just get that on out the way. But a black mama don't play. at all. She ain't got time for it. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on. She got a lot of responsibilities. She might be working 2 jobs. She got to come home and cook. She got to clean, wash dishes, wash clothes. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff here. The woman got things going on. All right. So she don't have time for the little foolishness and all that stuff here. When she say do something, you do it. That's just where she is with it. All right. That's a black mama, and she was playing it. And of course, you already know if it's Angela Bassett, oh, she really playing that black mama. I'm talking about you getting the eye roll, the neck twisting, the hands on the hip, the pursed lips. You know what I mean? And all that stuff there. She ain't playing. So this is where she is with it. I just want to make sure we understand each other. All right. Because this is a Mother's Day special. But there are all type of mothers out here, and not everyone parents the same way. Okay, not everyone parents the same way. But the point
especially when you know, in the circumstances that she was given.
Oh, exactly.
Plus, you already got one troublemaking kid you're trying to keep out, and you have a backstory of, you know, what happened to the father.
Yep.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
For a black woman in South Crenshaw.
Hey, not only just a little bad kid who trying to be bad. We talking about the son. We talking about her oldest daughter already got a baby. You know what I'm saying? Her oldest daughter got a baby. Now the only one that is seem like he's got it right is Lee Thompson Young's character Devin, because I guess he's in the Air Force or something like that. Now what I want to imagine is, because yes, thank you for mentioning that, we do learn that the father passed. Now he was killed. They don't go into a lot of detail, but he lost his life. So not only did he die, it was a tragic death on top of that, and you're still probably living in the same hood where it may have happened. So I want to imagine that while he was alive, he was there to really influence Devin as a young man, which got him to the Air Force and doing right and so forth and so on. And then probably after that is when it happened, and then things start to maybe go a little awry.
Yeah, they mentioned that, you know, he was coming home from work, got shot, and, you know, it obviously living in that, no matter what time you live in, but you know, no matter the circumstances, your areas or whatever it may be, you might not be looking for trouble. Sometimes trouble finds you. Obviously, you know, father wasn't seemingly, they didn't portray him as in that light, but, you know, circumstances unfortunately change. And, you know, unfortunately, he did lose his life. But, you know, you could see that the youngest oldest, seemingly following in them footsteps. And it's kind of hard, you know, because you got one kid that's literally trying to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think she wouldn't get yelled at for putting her head in the books, but she was getting yelled at for putting her head in the books, you know, and
you're referring to Akeelah right now, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. This is what I was hoping you might say. Oh, you getting it started now, dog.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh,
go ahead, brother.
But this is perfect. This is
do the alley-oop.
Yeah.
Do you alley-oop?
This is perfect. This is perfect. Listen, so I've already explained Angela Bassett's character as a black woman and things that's going on, right? And just as you said, lost her husband to violence, okay?
To violence.
She lost her husband to violence.
Daughter who already has a kid.
She
has another kid that's in the Air Force, the Navy. Right.
And he's good. And he's good. We just talking about the ones who may be causing her a little stress right now. So now she's already a grandmother. But she's a grandmother by herself because her husband passed. She got another kid who wants to be out in the street. She's trying to, every time you see her, like, where's Terrence? Where you seen Terrence? Where's T at? You know, whatever. So she's got that going on. And yes, right. She does have a kid that is trying to, you know, keep her head in the books. But as we learn from the teacher herself, she's been skipping class. Okay? She's you know, sometimes you get those kids that are so smart they feel like they don't have to study, they don't have to do anything because they can just pass it, whatever. Akeelah has been skipping class. Now, she's acting out obviously because she misses her dad, right? There are moments in the movie where they flash back to her dad. She's sitting there spelling with him like she's playing Scrabble and such. She misses her dad. When these things happen, a lot of times kids act out. That is her way of acting out. She's skipping class.
Absolutely.
Right. Doing all this stuff here. Right. But if her father was here, she would have been totally focused. Right. Now, as a black mother, yes, your kid has got to be in the books and she's got potential, but she's also being disobedient. You know what I mean? She's also causing the school to have to call you and disturb you on your job, the job that you're going to, so you can try to make money to feed these little knuckleheads, you know what I'm saying, that don't want to follow the rules and do what mama says. You see what I'm saying? So, like we said, I'm not saying that she should have acted that way, but I understand, okay? I understand.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Now, going back to Akeelah has people that want to see her succeed. So you have Dr. Larrabee and you know, Mr. Welch trying to push her, and you have the teacher. Hey, let's get you a part of this spelling bee because we think you're good at it. And at first, of course, she's a little like hesitant. I don't know, but it takes her seeing a television show of the spelling bee and seeing somebody win, and she's like, oh, well, hold on now. That's not so bad. I think I might be a little interested in that. And boom, sparks. Now she's interested. Now she's really listening. And of course, they get her to sign up to a spelling bee with the threat of, you don't sign up to the spelling bee, oh, you're gonna have to spend your whole summer in class, after school, whatever. And that was like, next thing you showed, she's in that spelling bee, right? She's like, oh no, please don't call my mama. So yeah, so she's in there.
Even though technically speaking, because of her absences, she had to do summer school anyway.
She did. And you know what that means too? That means now more stuff that mama gotta do, like come pick you up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta go to summer school because you didn't want to pay attention in class like you were supposed to, or you didn't want to just even attend class. You see what I'm saying, man? So I noticed that the movie is called Akeelah and the Bee, and Akeelah is the hero and the heroine and all that. However, Akeelah is breaking the rules, man. You know what I'm saying? And black mamas ain't with that, okay? Shout out to all the mamas out there. All right. Okay, so now she's interested. Now she's showing potential. We got Lawrence Fishburne, who's there in attendance, and this is just the school bee, by the way, y'all. This is not the national, but this is just the school spelling bee. What does she do?
It's levels.
It's levels to this, man. So she goes up there and she does exactly what Akeelah does. She crushes it. All right. Now, what we are introduced to is Akeelah has a little bit of a cheat sheet in a sense. You know what I'm saying? She got a little thing that she do. She like to tap her leg to the beat. You know what I'm saying? So she can kind of sound them words out, get a little beat going and everything, and that's how she's able to spell her thing. You know what I mean? So we see that, and but Lawrence Fishburne isn't privy to that yet. You know what I'm saying? He need more time to spend with her to see that. But we get to see it as the audience. Like, okay, she got her little thing. She wins it, of course, but what's happening? The little bully kids are laughing at her, whatever. So, you know, she's feeling some kind of way. But then Lawrence, he was like, hold on. I know you just won that, but tell you what, spell this word. Man. They think that they think he got a stump for a minute. And what does she do? Like you hear it on the trailer, spells the crap out of that word. Oh my God.
Spells it out. And she going a little hot streak. Okay, let me see if I could throw some stuff at her and see if I throw off. And she knocking them all out the park.
Killing them.
Until she wasn't. But it's enough to impress and see the potential that what she could possibly be.
Exactly. So, you know, just as he said, you know, he's Dr. Larrabee's impressed and he sees the potential. That's enough. That's enough for me to work with, right? And that's what we find out, that basically Mr. Welch is like, hey, look, man, Dr. Larrabee want to work with you. You just don't know he's prestige. He's, you know, he actually made it to the nationals in 19 whatever. You know, he's somebody that can really help you. Oh, I don't need a coach. I can do this on my own, right? You know what I'm saying? A little bit of arrogance and whatnot, right? But Mr. Welch is like, look here, man. We need this to happen. I need you to go talk to this man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna really help you. So basically,
I need them funds.
You know what he was about. He was about that paper. Like, yeah. Your education and your growth and such. But what about this money, partner? So that was cool. So fast forward all that. You know what I mean? She goes over there to meet him. Now, this is where one part I have as far as a problem with this movie. Okay, now. You go from basically him saying, hey, you need to go holler at Dr. Larrabee, to basically the next scene is she's knocking on his door. Now, I can understand, right? What if you know, she didn't want her mama to know at the time and whatever, right? You can kind of tell she's kind of used to not necessarily taking care of herself, but mama at work. So she got the key. She's one of those latchkey kids like I was. You got the key. You know what you're supposed to do. Go in the house, get your homework, you make your little sandwich. I'll see you when I get to the house. We'll eat some dinner. Woo woo woo. But what does Akeelah do? Akeelah goes over to Dr. Larrabee's house. Now, my problem.
I'm gonna go study.
Yeah, I'm gonna go study. But my problem with this right here is, bro, she don't know him. She don't know him. She don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, so y'all just gonna let this little 11-year-old girl go over this grown man's house. You know what I'm saying? Without a Mr. Welch, you couldn't go with her, bro. This your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna.
I mean, you're not lying, brother. You're not lying.
Come on, man. Come on now, man.
No arguments there.
I had a little problem with it. I'm like, unsupervised? You don't know what this man is? I know he's supposed to be Mr. Prestige Larrabee. And I see what they did too. His last name is B, Larrabee. You see that? You get it? Whatever. I see all that, and I know it's Lawrence Fishburne, but we don't know. She don't know that. You know what I'm saying? This is a strange grown man. She ain't got no business going over there by herself, man. And Mr. Welch, you wrong for that. You supposed to send somebody with her, man. I'm just saying. Come on now. Anyway, so that was probably one of my main problems with it, like the unsupervised kid thing. And I'm like, I don't know about that. But anyway, Dr. Larrabee don't play, man. Dr. Larrabee don't play. Dr. Larrabee's like, look, don't come over here with all that ghetto hood talk over here, man. Don't, you know what I'm talking about, what you is and what you know what I'm saying, all that. And I ain't, and I, you know, he's like, no. You don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mr. Larrabee. Have some respect for yourself, right? So he's that person, you know, to where as a kid, you're like, you tripping, man. But they're not. You just can't see it as a kid. They're just basically saying, hey, I need to get you set up for the world out here. You know what I'm saying? These some people out here that they don't want to hear all that. They don't want to hear all that ghetto talk and all that stuff. They want you to talk, you know what I'm saying? Like you got some sense, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, talk like you got some respect for yourself. You know what I mean? Talk like the intelligent person that he knows that you are. Don't try to play up to some other image and whatever. Be smart. That's what'll get you far. So I was feeling it. I appreciated that, you know, that for him because yeah, that's it. You know.
And there's nothing wrong with her vernacular. It's just that to be able to succeed in what you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? You just need to learn. You just need to expand. You just need to adapt your vocabulary a little bit. That's all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He
was putting on game.
He was putting on some real game. And I've known plenty of people that have come out the hood that if they talk right now, you'd be like, what? No way, you know. No, but it's just all about how you package it, how you present yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's not where you come from, it's where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I just love that about that part, man. I was just like, that was real. You know what I'm saying? You know, for this black man to see this, you know, little girl from Crenshaw, I'm like, look now, you ain't gotta do that with me. I know you're smart. Be smart. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't be ashamed of it. So I love that.
Safe space.
Safe space. So yeah, man, we rocking and rolling though now. You know what I'm saying? He you know, they do some back and forth, of course, right? You know how it is. People got to kind of feel each other out. But after we get past all that, after Akeelah basically goes to the first spelling bee, you know, where she meets Javier. Javier, man, that boy real, man. That boy real. Cool Hispanic kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Just fly, you know. Very charismatic.
Shout out Javier Mendez, man.
Yes, sir. But Javier can spell though, man. Javier, he ain't no punk. He already let you know, like, look, I was 13 last year, but you know, I feel like I can take this thing. But of course, we have one adversary, who is Dylan, played by Sean Michael Affable. He's the Asian kid that, you know, obviously we already know, you know what I'm saying? You see the Asian kid now, you're like, oh, hey, man, that boy's smart, man. I don't know if I'm able to do this thing, you know what I mean? So I like that they pitted him up against this Asian kid because we know it's like them like Asian kids be smart, man. They be focused, man. They be focused, yo. But we see why he's so focused. His father, Mr. Chu, oof. Hey, man, Mr. Chu, so... Mr. Chu,
you talk about don't play.
I was just about to say.
Hey, Mr. Chu don't play.
Hey, man. Mr. Chu,
man.
he's so dialed in. Yo, even when his son get the word right, he don't even clap. He's like, nah, I ain't clapping.
You dog. Listen, first or bust with Mr. Chu.
For real.
All right, listen. Cool. He was supposed to get that right. Why would I celebrate?
Yep.
Stoic the entire time.
For real, dog. But you know, I mean, that was his way of loving his kid. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is not a debate on is that the right way to parent your kid. That was his way of loving his kid, right? You know what I'm saying? Now we don't agree with it, but that was his way. Okay. And there's been some superstars made by some questionable parenting out here. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what's your measurement, right? Okay, so this is our adversary, Sean Michael Afable, playing the role of Dylan. That Dylan don't play, man. And you can see a little bit of his father in him, you know what I'm saying? But you know it's coming from him, from the actions of his father, because he can't even really be a kid. You know what I mean? They want to don't even let him really seem like he go outside and play or something. That's all. Like, nah, get back in there and study, boy.
Nah, ain't no play. Hey, play with them notes.
Yeah.
Play with them cue cards.
Yep.
Learn how to spell them words.
Hey, trying to tell you, ain't no more play in GA, dog. So,
my man's couldn't even have a soda.
Nah,
You understand me?
nah.
You hear me?
You go drink some coconut water. That's what you can do. So, all right. But again, like I said, the first chance she's in the competition. Long story short, hey, things don't go as planned. But you know what I mean. I would say, man, through the good graces of God, you know what I'm saying, just opened some things up, allowed her to be able to be a part of it because of somebody basically trying to cheat. Okay. But we here now. She's in it. But what I love about it is she finds out right then and there, yes, you do need a coach. Yes, you do need help, and you need somebody to help guide you. And that's when, you know, she hooks back up with Lawrence Fishburne, and it's time to rock and roll. Here's the thing, though, dog.
Mr. Larry P got it right.
Yeah. Here's the thing, because of course, you know, we're not going to tell them the whole movie, but I got to dive into this because I got to bring it back and help people understand why is this a Mother's Day movie. Okay. Now, by this time here, we get to see again that Terrence, you know what I mean, he's caught up in a little something. Akeelah comes to the house. There's police there and everything. The mama out there, you know what I'm saying, going off on him. You know, I'm pretty sure she in her scrubs, so she was at work. Okay, so she got to come home to this mess with her son. She got all this pressure. Akeelah, you know what I'm saying, skipping class. The teachers called her, everything like that. And you know, now when you coming to your mom about, hey, mom, I want to be a part of this thing. I ain't trying to hear that. You know, you out here skipping school. You're doing all type of mess. I got all this stuff going on with your other brother. I'm trying to keep him alive. We done already lost your father through violence, and this knucklehead about to follow right behind. You know what I mean? And get himself involved in some crap. I'm trying to do all this. I just don't have time to really focus on this right now. Now, was that the right thing to do? Of course not. But what we see in this movie, there are moments that they show her where she is obviously still grieving. She's sitting there looking at photos of her husband. You know what I mean? The kids running around doing all type of stuff, all this stuff here. We don't know that pressure. We don't know that pressure as a woman who, you know, lost her husband all of a sudden and now has to take care of all these kids, has to work, you know what I mean? Has to do all these things and keep it together at the same time. So when I'm saying that this is a Mother's Day movie, it's because that was her redemption moment for what happened.
The strength of everything, you know what I'm saying? Once she finally was able to realize and see, because again, like, yes, Akeelah basically lied to her mama, you know, she was misbehaving.
Yep.
But, you know what I'm saying, after all the trouble that everybody went through, Mr. Welsh, Dr. Larrabee, just for her, and she got to see her in action, you know what I'm saying? Redemption. Okay, maybe she do got it.
You feel me?
She got it in her.
You feel me? And that's what's important, bro. That's what's important about this being a Mother's Day movie. You're not gonna always get it right. The mothers don't always get it right. There is no official handbook besides
never will be
besides the Bible. There's no official handbook to be able to say this is how you raise your kid, so forth and so on. So you're doing it the best that you know how. Sometimes we try to not do what our parents did, and then sometimes we try to do exactly what we did, and sometimes people try to find a happy medium somewhere in there. But I'm looking at her character as someone who is grieving, who's dealing with a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. She's a black woman on top of that, so we don't know what she goes through at her job on top of all that. And then to come home and your kid is going over there meeting with strange men, you know what I'm saying, with no supervision.
She's in Woodland Hills with the rich kids.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Akeelah everywhere. She over his house. She over at Woodland Hills, the school she don't even go to. You know what I'm saying? And you just found that out. You come home and you just found out that from your kid. Man, come on, man. Like that part when she walked in the house and she tried to sneak in the house and her mom was like, "Where you been?" I was like, boy, you can say what you want to about her, but she was on top of it though. She still was on top of it. You feel what I'm saying? As best as she could. And I just want to make sure I point that out because it's not always what the movies say, or it's not always what your neighbors have, or whatever this pitch perfect idea of parenting and how the household should be. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So you work with what you got and you do the best that you can do. And Tanya Anderson was doing the best that she could do with what she had to work with. You feel what I'm saying? Which is why once she did find out what was going on, you saw the turn, right? You saw the redemption coming in because she became more involved. You see what I'm saying? She's the one that told her, hey, you know what? You don't need Mr. Larby. You got 50,000 people out here who's probably willing to be your coach. You know what I'm saying? Just like she said in the trailer. And then that's exactly what happened. You know, everybody started cheering and supporting Akeelah, and it didn't matter where she went to, even the mailman trying to help her learn these words. You see what I'm saying? So that came from her mom. That didn't come from Dr. Larrabee. You feel me, bro? So her mother did love her. She did realize that she wasn't providing all the love and support that she needed. And what did she do? She did that. You see what I'm saying? She didn't take it like, girl, you know what? I'm still not gonna do nothing. No, she started changing things around. And that to me makes a good mom, because sometimes moms, hey, you gotta listen. You know what I mean? Listen to your kid, you know? They're trying to tell you something, right? And she did that, man. You feel what I'm saying? You can't expect for them to be perfect. But by the end of that movie, boom, she was right where she needed to be, right with her daughter, supporting her, doing what she needed to do, man. So for me, man, I just thought that was a very real movie. I didn't need something that was perfectly sculpted to make the mother look perfect and she never made a mistake. And no, that's not what's real. You know, mamas make mistakes. They're human beings, but they're doing the best that they can. And they brought you into this world and they've made a lot of sacrifice. While we're talking about Akeelah's dream and all pushing her, what did Tanya give up? You know what I mean? What did she give up? What dream did she give up? Obviously, Kiki got it from somewhere, not probably just the dad. So what dream did she give up to make sure that her kid, you know, had everything that they needed? You see what I'm saying? So
hey, she told her she might go back to college.
She did.
So,
and ain't that something though? Like, and I sound like, and Dr. Larby gonna tell me to get out of here too. But ain't that something that her daughter influenced her to want to go back to school? You see what I'm saying? So total redemption arc for that mother. So boom, like I said,
that's
Mother's Day movie.
Point, that's a fair point. That's a nice, compelling argument that you raised.
Mother's Day movie, baby. I'm just saying.
I get it. I hear what you're saying. The struggles and plights of mothers all over the world. I'm sure after listening to that, I think everybody might be inclined to agree with you.
Hey, man.
I think you might have swayed some people over to your side.
I'm just saying, dog. Don't let the spelling fool you. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not just about the spelling, man. You get to watch a character go from, you know, who might have been, oh, your mama mean, to a very loving, supporting, you know, a mother. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's what she needed to help get over not get over, but at least deal with the fact that she lost her husband and so forth and so on. So, hey, man. That's why I'm just going to go ahead and start the review of this movie. As I said, this is the movie that we picked for Mother's Day. This is officially on a list. If you put in Mother's Day movies, you will find this movie on a list, you know? Some people are like, why you didn't do Soul Food? And why you, those were just straightforward movies, right? Of course, easy wins, easy dunks. But that's not what we do around here. Okay, sometimes we'd like to show you a different perspective. And so
Price basically said, watch this, hold my beer,
Yeah.
I got y'all.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make a Mother's Day movie out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously, I say that as an expression, but no. Working with the content that we did, we chose a challenging film to basically say, hey, being a mother is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they deserve this day to be celebrated. There's sacrifices that have to be made for the betterment of the family, especially single parent households. Because, boy, let me tell you about the struggle and plights of single parent households. Having to take on both roles. As Price said, it's a lot of decisions that need to be made right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't always make the right ones because there's no guide. We're going off of feelings, going off of our environment, going off of what's around us. But she was able to redeem herself and be there for her daughter when she needed to be.
I'm just saying though. So in that respect, besides, there were, like I said, there were a couple little things, little dings for me where, of course, why is this child going over this man's house at 11 years old by herself? And not only that, because that could have happened. Why isn't he saying, hey, what's your guardian and parent now? You don't need to be hanging over my house by yourself like this now. We all inside my house, the doors closed, everything. Hey, So that didn't happen. I was like, okay. That part right there didn't make his character seem so smart, because it seemed like he would kind of anticipated that. Like, you know what? I need to show me a written letter or something. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, we do know she forged something later, but we're not talking about that. We talking about right there. So right there, man, I'm like, okay. Hey, man, like I said, I love her best friend's character and everything like that. I thought that was a cool little arc with them as well, but she, of course, ended up being supportive and so forth and so on. I definitely would have liked to have more Georgia in there just because of her charismatic, character as well. So I did wish I had a little bit more of her. And to be honest with you, some kind of explanation of what happened with the sister, Kiana, where's the baby daddy? What happened? How does Tanya feel about her having, a kid already? They didn't really touch on that. She was definitely sidelined for sure. I thought they could have opened that up a little bit more, but they didn't. It's okay. But yeah, so a couple of things where I felt like, okay, you open it up. Terrence was very one dimensional. He was a very one-dimensional character. He was just a boy that wanted to be out there hanging with the bad kids and everything like that. So I don't feel like he got a chance to really have any range, just besides trying to look angry and trying to act tough and whatever. So he definitely could have been there or not been there, and it wouldn't have made the movie one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely did not flesh out some of the characters as they should have. Personally, I think it would have definitely probably made it a little bit more heartfelt. But I get it. It's Akeelah. It's the B. That's what we're here for, right? I will say that all in all, as far as direction, as far as pacing, it is definitely a feel-good movie. The movies that I really like are the ones that make me feel something, make me smile, make me cheer, make me hold my breath when I don't know, like, oh my God, is she gonna make it in time? And is she gonna get back to the stage and whatever, make me do that. And I definitely got that out of this movie. 20 years later, I feel like it still holds up. I feel like it still is relevant to today's time, even though, like I said, you didn't see a lot of cell phones in there and whatnot. But when it just comes to, a mother trying to take care of her kids, a kid trying to navigate her way through pressures of peer pressure from friends and classmates and so forth and so on, all of those things are still relevant today for sure. So for me, I definitely feel that this movie is easily an 8.5 for me. I think it still stands strong to this day, and I do stand by my word on, I feel like this is definitely a Mother's Day movie.
Interesting perspective. Well, guys, my case for this film was basically that, parents try. There's no guide to this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, when your parents feel like they're making the best decisions, they're in their gut, that's what they really feel like they're doing, you know? And Angela Bassett had that redemption moment where she listened to her daughter, and, it's a feel-good movie throughout the process of, just trying to get where we needed to go. I think, Price, you're right. I think there would have been a little bit more of an emotional attachment to characters had we had time to develop them. Unfortunately, that I feel like core characters are who they chose to highlight, and that's what they gave us. So, it kind of sacrifices a little bit to tell the overall story, and it's a story with a lot of deep meanings behind it. So, for that, I'll take off a little bit, but kind of relatively around the same ballpark as you, because at the end of the day, it's all about perseverance. It's all about making it through your situation. And again, Akeelah had to stretch the truth a little bit. She was, acting out a little bit, but it's one of those scenarios where it all worked out in the end for everybody, all parties involved. Such a feel-good film. Even the ending, kind of is like great sportsmanship. Great togetherness, great familyness, bringing together a community to celebrate one of their own. You felt the love throughout the film. You know what I'm saying? And let's just be honest. Price made some valid points, so it doesn't take away from the film at all. It adds more layers to it. It adds more depth to it. So honestly, I think I'm in the same ballpark as you, dog. I'd probably give this an 8.5 too. You know what I'm saying? As far as my rating for this film goes.
Nice. Which
will probably average us out to an 8.5.
8.5. 8.5 is really good. It's an 8.5. Please, guys, if you have not seen it, and actually there are some people. We found out that Timmy, our producer, had not seen it, and it was her first time. She enjoyed it, felt good about it. She's a mother, great mother, by the way, and she felt some kind of way about it, but she got a chance to understand why this could be a Mother's Day movie. You see what I'm saying? So very entertaining. So guys, we appreciate you, and if you don't mind, my man, like you do.
Yes, sir. Our quote of the day just so happens to read, "You are good enough. You are capable. You are worthy. You are important. And you are loved." It's Mental Health Month, people. Please remember this. Affirmations every morning in the mirror, in your phone. Open your camera roll in your phone. Look at yourself in some type of mirror, and remember to keep saying that to yourself. You are good enough. You are capable. You are worthy. You are important, and you are loved always.
No doubt. Well said. And that is not to get confused with the movie The Help, where I is smart, I is beautiful, I is I'm sorry, I just kidding. Woo! Shout out Viola Davis, man, doing her thing, man. You know what I mean?
That's another movie for another day, brother.
For real. Okay, guys, but y'all know how we do, man. We got to leave you with this hangout mantra. It's not the quantity of people, it's the quality. Guys, thank y'all so much. Please make sure you join us again. We are doing this stuff all month. Shout out to the mothers again. Happy Mother's Day!
Again, including a shout out to our producer, as a mother herself. Shout out to Timmy. Happy Mother's Day.
No doubt. Shout out to Mom. Shout out to Janae. Shout out to all our families out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to your mom, ex for sure. You know what I mean?
Shonda's baby boy. I love you.
Hey. Mama, love you.
Mama.
Thank you guys for sticking around. And please, as we've always said, please don't forget to like. Subscribe. And turn on your notifications. Shit. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know we love you over here, man. And we'll see you next time on The Hangout.
Believe that.
Peace.